Happy Black History Month, and welcome to my third installment of Movies I Should Have Seen by Now. This is meant to remove the stigma from the movies that we should have seen by now. If you love movies and you love talking about movies, that's all that really matters. Let's get into it. Since it is Black History Month, I did decide to watch a movie from a Black director. And when we're talking about Black excellence, there's no one director that exemplifies that more than Spike Lee himself. And the movie that I chose was Blackkklansman. This movie is equal parts educational, entertaining, tense, and has bits of humor sprinkled throughout. For those of you unfamiliar with it, Black Klansman is about a black detective, Ron Stallworth, who plans to infiltrate the local chapter of the KKK with the help of his Jewish partner, Flip Zimmerman, played by John David Washington and Adam Driver, respectively. I think that Spike Lee took a very thoughtful approach to directing this particular movie. I appreciate the soft, dissolved silhouettes of the black students at the speech or the rally that they were having to unify the black people in Colorado Springs. It was so heartwarming in a way, but also made you very proud to watch as the speech kind of just continued to move and uplift the people that were watching the speech happening in that particular scene. He also has some other powerful imagery using that dolly zoom at the very end, kind of zooming into that burning cross, and then seeing that burning cross reflected in one eye of a Klan member with their hood on. Beautiful shot. Absolutely beautiful shot. It really put a sense of dread and fear into me watching that. You could see that it was like love and a praise for it. It was truly haunting. I also thought he did a good job of making sure to add in splices of footage from 2017 Charlottesville and news events that were current at that time to bridge the gap between the 1970s and what we're all facing today. It's so important because the civil rights movement is often depicted as something that happened hundreds of years ago, when there are still people today who are alive from that movement, including the former KKK president, David Duke, which he also showed. So the hatred isn't that far away. It's still here in America to this very day. I think the naivety of certain characters really spoke to me because I wasn't as well versed in all of America's wrongdoings at one point in time, and not even that well informed on what they had done to the Black community at one point in time. And I think that John David Washington did a good job of displaying that naivety as Ron Stallworth. Ron Stallworth had the idea of wanting to be a police officer his entire life. America really sells you on this dream that you can make change from within. He wants change to come about so badly, but doesn't realize that the systems that are in place are not there to dismantle any of that oppression. He even has a line in the movie where they're talking about the current or the leader at that current time, David Duke of the Klan. He says that he doesn't believe that America would elect a racist president. Adam Driver also played a really big role in this movie as Flip Zimmerman, who is a Jewish police officer who doesn't really identify with his Jewish side during the start of the film, but as he becomes deepened into infiltrating the local chapter of the Klan, he really starts to reflect on himself not really being that Jewish, but understanding that he he has to help, or part of the change to make sure that they can break down these racist gangs. I really thought that Topher Grace as David Duke was a very sneaky good casting choice, because throughout this movie, you're really bombarded with slur after slur after slur. It's really hurled at you to make you uncomfortable and make you feel like this unnatural in a way, to see the amount of hate that is being spilled out from these actors in this movie. But that's the image that you would normally have of a of someone who's associated with the Klan, as being this ultra hateful, super bigoted, and just outwardly aggressive type of hate. But David Duke represents a wolf in sheep's clothing, in a sense, where he's got a suit on, a professional smile, and like he couldn't meet a black person on the street, and you wouldn't think twice if you didn't know who he was. If Topher Grace turned out to be an actual racist today, I would 1,000% would not even expect that. You know, that was a really good casting choice. I often hesitate to watch movies of the civil rights era because they often end pretty tragically. And as a black man, I don't really like to watch a lot of traumatizing black films. But I am happy that I got to watch this movie, and plan to watch more black films throughout the month of February and throughout the year as a whole, especially since this is the 100th year anniversary of Black History Month. This movie was a real gem. I rated it 5 stars on Letterboxd. What did you think of Blackkklansman? And what other movies do you like to watch during Black History Month? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you next.